This debate over witnesses and documents began a week ago with Republicans saying, we're not against new evidence, we just want to consider it later. Now that the later is about to arrive, the argument has become, if we vote for witnesses, the trial will drag on too long. I predicted this. We said, you may remember this, a week and a half ago, they're going to say, let's wait. And then when we wait, they're going to say it took too long. We shouldn't have waited. Again, just double talk to avoid the truth. That's what they're doing. They're tying themselves in all kinds of pretzel knots to avoid the truth, but the American people know the truth. So, as I said, weeks ago, I said Democrats wanted an agreement on witnesses and documents up front, because if Republicans punted the decision till the end of the trial, they'd claim it would take too long, and Democrats were trying to drag it out, and lo and behold, that's just what's happening. But the Republican argument is wrong. It won't take too long. If my Republican colleagues vote with us to subpoena relevant witnesses and documents, there's no reason for a protracted trial. The 4 sets of documents we've requested have already been collected. They're sitting in boxes at the White House, the State Department, OMB, and the Pentagon. They're ours for the asking. Mr. Bolton has already said he'd testify. There's no reason for delays if the Senate summons Bolton, Mulvaney, Blair, and Duffy. In the Clinton trial, the 3 witnesses were each deposed in one day. If the U.S. Senate issues a bipartisan subpoena signed by the Chief Justice, any lawyer would advise their client to comply. If someone like Mr. Mulvaney still refused, we'd make a motion asking the Chief Justice to order Mulvaney to comply.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.